How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. I want to bring to you some crazy information coming from Miami. Now, we know Miami is the mecca for crypto right now in the US, and they're very accepting, very forward thinking. Their mayor is taking paychecks in Bitcoin. They want to be able to pay taxes with Bitcoin. They want to give you money if you're a resident in Bitcoin. So they are going to do a Bitcoin dividend, which I will cover. I'll also play the longer interview from CoinDesk towards the end. I would suggest watching it. I realize that it will be kind of a longer video then, but I would suggest watching it because what they're doing there, if this spreads to other cities, and most likely it will, then this will just get insane for Bitcoin and Bitcoin adoption. So if you guys don't mind hitting the like button, hitting the subscribe button, I appreciate that. It spreads this to more people. I will try to keep this nice and short on the front end so that way you can watch the full interview. If you guys want, there is a link underneath the video to BlockFi to get an interest rate on your crypto. If you haven't already tried that out, I would suggest it. Also, a link down there to Voyager to also get an interest rate on your crypto. And if you want to know what I'm doing, there's a link down to Patreon. So that tells you every buy and sell I make. There was a big liquidation of Bitcoin. This was the largest in 2 weeks. So it's fine, right? Bitcoin fell yesterday. It fell from 68,000 down to 63,000, then came back up to 65. It's fine. We saw a bigger liquidation back here. Obviously, it was a big liquidation compared to some of these other days, but it's nothing to be scared of. It's just people getting greedy in the market, leveraging too much, and that's what happens. Now, today we got some really interesting news. So Miami to give Bitcoin yield from Miami coin to citizens. So Francis Suarez, the city's mayor, just broke this. And again, we'll play the full video here. But they have made $21 million from Miami coin in the last 3 months. This is going to be, if you annualize this, that's 1/5 of Miami's total annual tax revenue. So that's crazy. If you break this up by how many people are actually in Miami, assuming they continue to get this amount of money and they want to disperse all of it, that means that they could give out about $200 per citizen. Now you might say that's not that much, but with the tax of $1,000 for the city average per citizen, that's really a significant amount. That's 20% of your taxes back. Wouldn't you like that? I know I would. So that is just crazy. They're going to pay this out. And what's really cool about this is not just that they're giving out $200, but that they are going to try to focus on education. And they're going to, if you want this, you need to set up a wallet, or they're going to help you set up a wallet. So 400,000 citizens, or maybe it's going to be like, 200,000 when you count the kids and when you count older people that don't want to get it and stuff like that. 200,000, 300,000 citizens are going to be able to get a digital wallet. That's going to increase adoption an insane amount. Now, they are not the only city that's looking to do things like this. New York is also trying to get into something like this. They're starting its own token, similar to Miami Coin. We know Eric Adams, their new mayor, is also very crypto savvy, very pro Bitcoin and pro crypto. They went back and forth talking about how much of their paychecks they would take in Bitcoin, 1 month's salary to 3 months. And then I believe Francis Suarez might be taking his entire salary in Bitcoin now. Now, this is just one more piece of adoption coming from the US. And obviously, there are other countries that are way past us, like El Salvador. But Miami is trying to push this faster and faster forward so that way everyone has access. Because you'll see in this interview, the mayor of Miami thinks that we're seeing underreported inflation numbers. He thinks that politicians are using this to manipulate the public to get their own benefits out of it. And I'll just play the clip here for you.
The CoinDesk Spotlight is brought to you by Nexo, the place to earn on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and more.
New York City Coin, the second in a series of city coins powered by the Stacks protocol, officially launched Wednesday afternoon. Incoming NYC Mayor Eric Adams welcomes the crypto community-led project with open arms, hoping to lead New York to become the top crypto hub in the United States. But he faces stiff competition from the mayor of Miami, Francis Suarez, who joins us now from Florida. Welcome, Mayor Suarez. Great to have you on again. So you and the incoming mayor of New York seem to have developed an amusing online rivalry.
Yeah, I mean, he's a friend, and we're sort of one-upping each other, understanding that there's a finite amount of capital in the world, there's a finite amount of talent in the world, And, we, even though we don't necessarily feel everything is mutually exclusive, obviously when things like, was mentioned in the program, when China shuts down mining, Bitcoin mining, or Bitcoin generally, that's a huge strategic opportunity for the United States. And that's something that we as cities should all partake in. But I think there's also this friendly rivalry among cities to be sort of the first at, being, the Web 3.0 city. And certainly in Miami, as you know, prior to the mayor of New York becoming mayor, I was talking about, posting Satoshi's white paper on our website, allowing our employees to get paid in Bitcoin, allowing our residents to pay for fees and taxes in Bitcoin. And of course, I was the first elected official in America to pledge to take their salary in Bitcoin. So it's a fun rivalry, but it's definitely something that I think is gonna help the Bitcoin community. That's gonna help crypto in general and blockchain in general.
Mayor Suarez, of course, first off, thank you to the veterans of Miami on this day. Thank you for coming on Veterans Day. It's one thing to get paid in Bitcoin and to allow people to pay some bills in Bitcoin here and there, but what is Miami doing to ensure that residents in the city get jobs in crypto? What are you doing to help grow the sector among the people who live there currently?
Well, we're the only city in America that's actually doing it. We have attracted major exchanges like blockchain.com and eToro to have a headquarters here in Miami. We got a major sponsorship from FTX, which paid $200 million for the naming rights for the arena, the county's arena. We also got XBTO to name in the Inter Miami jersey, be the jersey sponsor. So, and then of course we got the Bitcoin conference, which is the largest Bitcoin conference in the world, to move from LA to Miami. So we've done everything to create an ecosystem. As you know, I've been talking about Miami becoming a mining hub. So we've been talking to our nuclear power provider to make sure that we can provide cheap energy so that miners can mine in the city. So we're trying to create a comprehensive Bitcoin and crypto ecosystem so that we can, grab the mantle of the most crypto-friendly city in the U.S. And that's created, by the way, hundreds of high-paying jobs. So to answer your question directly, that's hundreds of high-paying jobs for our community.
Mayor Suarez, I just want to remind you that Consensus by CoinDesk is also one of the largest crypto conferences in the world. Nevertheless, how much has Miami Coin generated
we gotta get them to Miami.
How much has Miami Coin generated for Miami since its August launch? I know there must be an update in that. And does NYC Coin pose a challenge to Miami Coin in terms of how much earning potential that has?
Well, first of all, we got to get them to Miami. That's the first thing we got to do. And then the second thing is, so in a little more than 3 months, it's earned over $21 million. Which obviously annualized, if you could annualize it, which, life doesn't really work that way, but if you could annualize it, it'd be it'd be $80 million. So that is roughly, 1/5 of the entire tax revenue of the city of Miami. So if you were to 5X it, you could theoretically at one point pay the entire tax revenue of the city, and the city could be a city that runs without taxes. Which I think would be revolutionary. We're going to take our first draw on the first 20 million, and we're going to stake the remaining balance in Bitcoin. So what we're going to get as a yield on the staking is Bitcoin, and we're going to do something again that's innovative. We're breaking this news on your channel. We're going to be the first city in America to give a Bitcoin yield as a dividend directly to its residents. So we're going to create digital wallets for our residents, and we're going to give them a Bitcoin directly from the yield of Miami Coin.
Hold up. So how are they getting their wallets? What are you going to do? Are you going to? It's not going to be you yourself like handing out the. Go on.
It's not going to be me myself handing out the digital wallet. No. So that's actually one of the most challenging parts, right? Because obviously this is a new technology. First, you have to define the universe, and that in and of itself is going to be a challenge. Is it going to be, for example, taxpayers? Is it going to be people that vote in the city? Is it going to be, people that have a city address? So that's going to be a challenge. And then secondly, you have to work with a variety of technological companies that we all know who they are, all the major exchanges, to give people the ability to acquire a digital wallet, have some sort of a registration and verification system, so we know that there isn't fraud or people just like sort of moving into Miami to get Bitcoin. And then once that is all taken care of, then we'll be able to do we'll be able to do the disbursements. But we actually did this about a week ago. I had an organization called 5,000 Role Models of young men who came to our city who are going to help us and teach them in this crypto movement. And I pledged to give them a few $100s in Bitcoin. And so we're setting it up sort of as a pilot with them and going to go from there.
Well, can you tell us, who may be behind this wallet that is being developed that you want to use for the folks in Miami? Are there airdrops involved to get people, interacting with Bitcoin, just like we see in El Salvador?
Yeah, so we're obviously looking at all the different technologies and the different efficient ways to get it to people's wallets. So that's it's going to be a big part of the fun and the enjoyment in actually executing. And the second part is obviously an educational piece. We want to make sure that our residents, our employees, we talked about this when we were going to pay our employees in Bitcoin, are educated and understand why are we making such an emphasis in Bitcoin. When you see inflation at over 6%, which I think is an underreporting of inflation, and you see the price of Bitcoin surging, it's clear that people are taking their money out of dollars and putting it in a currency and in a store of value that they feel confident in, because it's not driven by people who can manipulate it for their own policy ends.
Do you see folks eventually paying the taxes with Bitcoin and using Bitcoin as cash in Miami?
I do. I see. We're working right now with Miami-Dade County. We have a very sort of forward-thinking county commissioner, Daniela Levine Cohen-Higgins, who is actually putting a parallel piece of legislation at the county, because we need to have both county and city adoption to pay for the taxes. And then I do see very quickly a world where the Satoshi system is what is used to make payments. We need to make that leap, and we need for people to understand that yes, Bitcoin is increasing in value, and yes, we want you to hold Bitcoin, but at the same time, we also want to increase the utility of Bitcoin, which, by the way, increases the value even more, and also creates more functionality so that so people can be in a better currency, frankly.
Well,
so
Mayor
what about
Suarez...
Miami coin? Are you going to let people pay in Miami coin, or is it just going to be Bitcoin?
No, I'm sure they're going to have the option of paying in Miami coin as well, and they'll probably get some sort of a discount. Similar to what all kinds of sort of these, point systems are, and with credit cards and all that, reward systems. So there'll be something in it for Miami coin holders as well. But Miami coin holders can be Bitcoin holders, can be Miami coin holders, can be yielding in Bitcoin. So, and our Miami coin is obviously based on the Stacks protocol that is, that stacks on the Bitcoin blockchain. So there's all kinds of nexuses and involvements between one and the other.
Wow, Mayor Suarez, thanks for that bit of breaking news on our show. Respect for coming on. Mayor-elect Adams still is too timid to talk about crypto on our show, but I appreciate you coming on and having an intelligent discussion on it. Thank you, Mayor Suarez.
I think he'll be following soon. He's been following on some other stuff, so he'll follow soon.
So this is just an awesome piece of news. Let me know your thoughts on this underneath the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hitting the like button and subscribe, and checking out the links down below to BlockFi and Voyager. And if you want to know what I'm buying and selling, because I have bought 5 different cryptos over the last 24 hours. I appreciate that, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.